want to miss that. You saw plenty on the Kho Kho mat yesterday. We're gearing up for this one. It's been a similar run for both these teams. We'll come to that in just a bit. South Korea versus the United States, a Group C men's game.
Okay, it's time for the next match, and this is for the men's division. Up first, let's please welcome the team of USA!
All right, we talk about this encounter right here. And jogging down to the center are these players from United States of America who would want to leave a mark here, because now you have the opportunity. You are here at the biggest stage in the game of Kho Kho.
And up against them, let's please welcome the team of South Korea!
The South Koreans are a team that show plenty of fight. I like the enthusiasm with which they make their way onto the center. Lots of smiles and some somersaults. Why not? I like that. That is impressive. Some moves even before the game gets started.
Now please request our representatives, Professor Pradeep Sharma, Ramlal Anand College, University of Delhi, and along with him, Mr. Ankur Goyal, camper representative, to please join the teams.
All right, everyone's taken their seats. You always derive a sense of pride and a feeling of patriotism, and you can feel it in your veins when the national anthems are on.
Let's all please rise for the national anthem of USA. And now, the national anthem of South Korea. We are ready. The boys are ready.
And up next is going to be the spin of coin. We've seen there's been no one trend so far, no one pattern.
This is tail.
The team that has won the toss,
Tail. What do you say? Tail. Head tail.
what they're going to do this time.
Head and
USA won the toss.
tail. What do you want? Defense.
They'll be
Toss
defending.
won by USA. Choice defense.
USA have won the toss and they will be defending first. Oh, nice to see different reactions on those faces. I'm Padamjit Sherawat. Alongside me is Navneet Krishna. All excited, buddy? Long day ahead.
It is a long day. Looking forward to it. I'll be honest with you, Paddy. Not in the wildest of my dreams did I imagine that I'll be commentating for a game where the United States and South Korea will be in India to play India's very own sport in a World Cup on a Kho Kho mat. But here it is, and that's what's so exciting. Take a look at the playing 12 for the United States. And if anything, this World Cup is going to open up plenty more opportunities in the world of Kho Kho.
And this is where dreams take flight. This is where the unthinkable happens. This is the sport where you need pace. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That was for real. That was for real. Now this is what's on offer. This is what's on offer. This is just a glimpse. It's just a trailer. Movie is about to come. I loved it.
I can't believe what I just saw, Paddy. That is just unreal. Look at the acrobatics here. This isn't gymnastics. We're here for a game of Kho Kho. Ridiculous athleticism by the Koreans and the Americans. We're ready, and that's what the world of Kho Kho has to offer. Exhilarating stuff here. We saw India yesterday showcase what they bring to the world of Kho Kho. World beaters. And Paddy, Sachin Chingari. He's not a Superman. He doesn't have a cape. But boy, does he take flight.
We'll show that to you. This is just a glimpse, but you know what's coming up next for you is going to take your breath away. Watch out for this. Something unbelievable is happening. Now up he goes. He'll text. Now he'll go up. Come on, sir. Do the unthinkable. We'll show it to you. You know, we've got something spectacular lined up for you. We'll show it to you. Boys.
कौन हो तुम? मैं परी। परी? मुझसे क्या चाहती हो? Make a wish और मैं उसे पूरी कर दूंगी। मुझे मेरे बेटे के साथ दिवाली मनानी है। उसे छुट्टी नहीं मिल रही। अगर वो नहीं आ सकता तो आप चली जाओ। कैसे? Ease my trip है ना? Cheapest flights and hotels, exciting trip plans and no convenience fee. But auntie, you still need to make a wish. सोच के बताती हूँ। Even I know how to ease my trip. Do you?
अब घूमेगा भारत।
नए इंडिया के नए अरमान, खुलेगा नया आसमान। नए इंडिया का अपना ठंडा।
No teams that you can take lightly.
What a catch! Got in!
We're ready for game number 5 of day 4. United States against South Korea. It's the Americans that will be defending first, the Koreans attacking first. Now take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Only on a Kho Kho mat, my goodness. What, 10, 12, 13 feet above the mat? Unreal.
Boys are ready. Game is ready. Time for a countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
All right, United States of America are defending out of sheer choice. They won the toss right there. This sport is about pace, speed, agility, pace, power, prowess, Kho, run, fun, short Kho. Welcome, Navneet.
It already started before the blow of the whistle. Will be interesting to see how this goes, Paddy. The Koreans a lot lighter, nimble-footed, shorter in stature in comparison to the Americans. Heavier on the mat, the Americans, but they're quick. And Paddy, you know what the Americans do when it comes to sport. They don't settle for less.
That hunger matters a lot. How much more do you want? You know what? It tests how much you have in the reserves. So you need to, as a defender in particular, you need to make sure that you save your energy for the last turn. There he goes. Fast, dive. Does he rise? No. Second time dives. Does he get up? Still no. Two efforts, both futile.
That's because you can't change directions as an attacker. And that was smart work as far as James is concerned. James, Ryan and Connor, the three defenders for the United States. That is nice. Very smart from James Carew. At the moment, job well done. We're 1 minute and 20 into this game.
What we've seen so far is plenty of dives. Will that be successful? Not yet. They haven't been able to get a single point. Turns direction. Does he get him? Finally, Carew will have to go.
I think it was James just out of steam. Well, he was the one who was being attacked for a majority of those 90 seconds and then eventually ran out of fuel in the tank. Now the focus is on Ryan, the number 12 jersey.
The dodge, the guile. Great defenders run very little. They thrive on the ability to produce a guile. The dodge. And we're seeing that. Just that when you see the Indians do it, they're on a different tangent altogether. Utmost amount of ease, very little fuss, maximum output.
And less is more. Run less, but more effective. Just smart play. You maneuver the map. This is how it started. This was even before the game begun. And that is excellent. Ryan has been tagged. Look at that for athleticism, acrobatics. Quite sensational from the Americans and the Koreans. This is even before we got started. Connor the only one surviving at the moment.
A lot of speed we've seen. We've seen 4 dives so far, only 1 successful. Then comes the late Kho. It has to be the late Kho sometimes. The fake Kho also, part of the strategy. Now tries the post dive. Now the dive yet again. Gets it on the foot. Great effort. Brilliant result. First batch taken care of. They survived for 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Very nice. I think just short of that dream run, Paddy, but an impressive start by the Americans. If you've rolled down almost 3 minutes and only conceded the 6 points to the opposition, you'll take that.
This is brilliant effort. No doubt about that. And well, surely they would have liked what you just mentioned, which is the only time through the defense when you can win a point is through a dream run. 30 more seconds after the 3, you get 1 more. Keep adding 30 more to your survival. You keep adding 1 more point to your list.
We know that a lot of you watching this broadcast are new to the game, and will help you along the rules of the game as well as we move along the group stages of this World Cup, the inaugural World Cup. Look at that speed. That is brilliant. Oh, he's claiming the touch. Did he get that? It's Kim from Korea was claiming the touch, but one wasn't given.
Well, we've seen the steam, we've seen the surge. The dive, yes, he gets it. Oh, they've got a good start this time around in the second. Oh, 2 more gone. Okay, the last one standing at the moment. Gives the Kho. Now the turn, now the chase. They'll have to be a little more intelligent. Now that's poor. That is absolutely poor from even Michael Kukot. And there was speed, but there was also presence of one. Great teamwork, Navs.
You know, it's the difference between being a sitting duck or being smart, because he was on the wrong side, standing right in front of the attacker who got the tag. And all the attacker had to do was extend his right arm and he got the tag. And that's why it's as much being smart as it is being physical and running around.
And if you go by it, I was talking to the Kabaddi coach, women's, Mr. Bhatia, yesterday, and he says it's quite simple. You need to stand near a player who has his back towards you. It's as simple as that. It's very simple strategy. But simplicity is not easily discovered most times.
That's one way to simplify it. If you have the back of an attacker facing you, go close to him. That's one way to simplify it in your mind, because it can get a little confusing otherwise. You can see what Brian is trying to do. Brian Joseph, number 2 jersey in the black, the American defender. And he's got company in the form of Nicholas John Marino as well, who's at the pole, and he's not being targeted. But this is pretty good from the Americans so far.
There he goes, quick Kho. Takes his time, uses the post. They were very, very quick now. Now they're getting better, they understand. Waseer can be quick. Waseer can go both directions. He's not done yet. That was electric quick. That was up in a flash. Well done.
That was Hong Song-yu from Korea, the Waseer, who just turned it up a few notches with that speed and acceleration. No, hold on. Yeah, take it easy. Choi probably didn't hear the whistle. Brian is still surviving. He's running out of steam. Yeah, you can see how tired Brian is. Yeah, he's claiming the touch. Choi once again. But they've survived for about 90 seconds. Now, Brian is saying he wants to review this. I thought the touch was pretty convincing, Paddy.
Defenders review this one. One thing's for sure, if the point had gone against the attacker, he surely would have referred it because he was damn certain. And going by the body language, I think there was a touch point. This is pure instinct is what I'm talking about. It has gone to the TV umpire. Won't be able to tell from that angle.
Yusuk Choi, the attacker, and Brian Joseph, the defender. Oh, that's hard. Did the fingers brush the back of the leg of Brian Joseph? Not too sure if that's very convincing. No, it's interesting here because both teams are clapping. The Americans believe it will go in their favor. The Koreans believe otherwise.
Unsuccessful. Defender is
out. Yeah, and sometimes you can go by the body language. He was very, very certain the moment he came up. Had that point gone against him by the on-field umpire, he surely would have challenged it, looking by that body language. 18 to South Korea, nothing to USA. They came very close to picking that point from the defense, didn't they, earlier? 250 is what they survived in the first batch.
3 batches have been cleaned up by the Koreans. And we're 5 minutes into this game. Nice and easy. Once again, it's Yusuk Choi. He's been pretty active here in the 5 minutes of play so far. Juan Garcia and Garrett Joshua, the two defenders. Skydive. And I thought the touch was there. Oh, he's still after him. He's still, hold on. Not too sure if the players can hear the refs whistle that easily.
You know what? Whenever they're diving, it's not a skydive for them. It's a flat dive. They're going low into the body. They're going into the feet. It's a different strategy.
That's a good observation, Paddy. They aren't completely airborne. They're very close to the ground, but still very effective. Low center of gravity. And they give it that final push towards the end. But in terms of pace, I think it's the Koreans that are outrunning the Americans at the moment.
Bang on. 100%. There. Against the gap. How is that for the fun, the run, the blaze, and the boom? Quite lacking the speed, quite lacking the understanding, produces the dodge. Now the disguise. Quick Kho will use the post. Doesn't get the catch. Had to resort to the Kho tactic back again.
You see what Garrett is doing, Paddy? What you exactly said. Stay behind. Oh, you got to be careful. You've got to stay behind the person's back. Not in front, but if you're standing in front of someone, of an attacker facing you, then you're asking for trouble. If you're behind that attacker and you're facing the back of the attacker, then it's a lot easier. You just manipulate the taking direction of the attackers.
Yeah, you can't go to the crocodile near him and say, please, mercy. All you need to do is stay away. Well done. As far as speed is concerned, as far as agility is concerned, as far as the diving tactics are concerned, they've been much better. And I think now, when they're attacking, I'll be very interested to see how they perform when they're defending, because they are far quicker. Do they also have the guile when they're defending?
He's claiming the touch. Jungyeon Park is claiming the touch. He gets it. And now James has come back in. James will go out. James is asking the ref if he was changing direction. I don't think he's too happy. He's not too happy with the decision.
Yeah, he thought that he had changed directions at the moment. That is it. They'll get 6 more points. This is how it is. They were quick, they were sharp, and they were bang on with that sort of performance. They took 250 to finish the first match. After that, they were much better.
I think in hindsight, Korea, if offered 28 points in the first turn in attack, they'll take it. Good performance by the Koreans. Great recovery after that first match was pretty impressive. This is what the standings look like in Group A. India 3 out of 3, Nepal 3 out of 4. The one game that Nepal did lose was against India.
Yeah, and India will want to finish at the top of the table. India, mind you, has played one game lesser than Nepal. They've got all the chance in the evening to go top of the table. 28-0. Now, when we return, it's going to be the second turn where South Korea will be defending. Of course, tonight we will have India playing in 2 games. Short little breather. On the other side, more action. Are at India. This is what happened in turn 1. We'll show you glimpses of that one. Yeah, at Indira Gandhi International Stadium in the heart of New Delhi. We saw a lot of flair. Fantastic running. The pace, the power, the prowess, speed, agility, and the thrill as well. They did not go to the skydive tactic. They were diving low. When they dived into the feet. It's a different kind of a strategy. But as far as speed is concerned, they were far, far better. More nimble-footed than their opponents. Now they'll be defending at the moment. USA on the charge, on the attack.
28 points for South Korea in that first turn. They'll be happy, considering the fact that they almost took 3 minutes to get that first batch out. Now look at the pace. There will be plenty of pace on offer. No, hold on. He's gone out of play. He's gone out of play. The Wazir of America.
Now they are missing the basic tactic. They think it's all about the running. It's not about the running as defenders. They're running far too much. However fit you may be, I mean, there's a limit to what the body can take the toll.
Yeah, it's about just conserving your energy. Right now there's a lot of running happening. It's Wu who's the only defender surviving. Yeah, he can just, that's it, zigzag. You keep going towards the attacker and make sure you're facing the back of the attacker.
If you're very confident about your zigzag skills, then you'll be very assured and it will reflect in your body. When you're not sure, you're going to run from one post to the other. When you see the Indians in action, for that matter, even when you see Nepal in action, they'll zigzag. They'll increase speed only when the need arises. When it comes down to speed, they'll have to start again. Yeah, now it's okay. The officials were bang on with that.
Lots of pace. On to number 2. Yeah, that's very smart. Excellent. That's what you want to be doing. Wu is still managing this. They're inching closer to the 2-minute mark. Very similar to what we saw from the first batch of the American defenders. The Koreans following suit. That's what you do. Look at how quickly he changed direction. Now go to your left. Very smart.
I think he's got him. Got him. He just took a 90-degree turn, which is allowed. Official signals it. But he's taken a review. A review has been taken.
Does look really tired, Wu. Now it's the Koreans that have taken the review. Did that touch come before the attacker changed direction or after? For the matter of fact, did he even change direction? Now look at how number 17 is going. Will that count as changing? I don't think so. I think it was airborne, Paddy. I think that could go in favor of the United States.
With you. With you, 100%. Well spotted. Your eyes never fail you, Mr. Krishna.
Victor Da Costa, the attacker, and an impressive skydive, because you can't move in the opposite direction, that will count against the rules. But what Victor did was he didn't move in the opposite direction. He was airborne, so that won't count because his feet weren't planted.
Have they learnt any lessons from the way they defend in the first match? All you need to do is you need to be nimble-footed. Yes, you need to be smart. The dodge, the disguise. That's all it needs to understand who is sitting facing which direction. And if you're doing that, you'll be well assured. Your zigzag running comes in very handy. And we've not seen much of that. See, they're traveling a lot of court, but very seldom zigzag running. He gets it. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
All three still surviving. This is very good from the Koreans. The United States have to up the ante now if they really want to get close to that 28. Excellent. He's claiming the touch. There you go. He gets it. I was wondering it. The referees took maybe 2-3 seconds longer than expected, but the decision did come eventually. Now, once again, it's Choi. He was excellent in attack. Oh, the Wazir claims the touch.
You know what? We've not seen a skydive from any of them. We've seen dives, but we've not seen a skydive. You totally go airborne, you take off, and then you launch a great assault. Now he gets in. Yes, Cho will have to go back.
It's getting interesting, this game. You just get the sense that it's a game that will go down to the wire. Evenly fought contest, makes for great viewing. The one impressive performance that I have seen when the Americans have attacked so far, Paddy, is the Wazir. Nicholas Marino is pretty rapid.
Yeah, and talk about the sporting culture that they have in their system. You expect them to be very, very fit, and they'll come hard at you. No doubt about that. Whatever they may miss out in skill set, they will compensate that with wholeheartedness. No doubt about that. Quick Kho, yet again. Pressure, they're putting it on Mingi Lee. And what they should do is they're standing in one line, all three defenders. I would want them to be widely spread on the mat. They're claiming the point this time around, yes.
No, they're saying that Dahi Kim has to step out. He's been given out. And so only two survive. Mingi Lee is still on the mat. Now look at how much... He's going to run out of steam in no time. There you go.
Yeah, because you've got the speed, but you don't have the direction. You have to have a sense for dodging. The fake, the disguise. Gone. That batch has been taken care in 55 seconds.
Nicholas Marino, there you go. The Wazir of the American team on your screen in the red jersey is super quick. And so you've got to be extra careful when Nicholas Marino is in action. Smart play by the Americans, bringing Nicholas into play just about at the right time.
And also what doesn't work for them, Navneet, is the fact that all three defenders are standing in the same line. You need to be widely distributed. And as you see the Indians, I mean, two of them will be in two corners. One will be busy with zigzag skills. That was great. I mean, we've been saying great things about that, man.
Absolutely. Nicholas Marino there got up a little earlier than he should have. You can only get up as an attacker after the Kho has come. The tag has come from your teammate. If you get up a little too early, that won't be counted.
You're not an early riser, no?
No, Paddy, I'm not. Nicholas Marino. Now that is smart. Very smart. Oh, what an effort. That is brilliant. Ryan Kohane.
Point granted. No, nothing. The game is on. Whistle hasn't blown. Okay, now the man with the surge, the man with the intent, the man with the points, the man with the Kho. Well, how long can they last this one? This is very tight. Look at the scoreline there, 28-22. The time left, 145 and under. He'll have to come back again. Yeah, through the post, yes, quick Kho. Run fast. Bring your Wazir in.
Excellent this. Oh boy, he's really making the Americans work. Jingwei Kim is standing right behind. Now be careful. He did well to stay behind the attacker, facing the back of the attacker. But he went in the wrong direction. He should have stayed there. Oh, this is getting really close, Paddy. It's only 4 points the difference right now. America doing pretty well. And there's still 1:20 left.
5 of them used to play soccer in the same university team. 5 of them. We talk about the American side here. Now, what does that mean? They have a fair understanding of playing with each other. And that really can come in very, very handy.
Now, hold on. You're going to come back and do that again. Same park in view. The 3 defenders now for Korea. That is good. Excellent. Yeah, he has been given out. Brian Palmater.
Now, just 2 points separate the two teams at this moment. This is going to be interesting as we head into the last 50 seconds of this turn. This is very, very close indeed. Too close for comfort. Dives, but he survives yet again. Milseok Sim. Oh, he's got him. The point has been given. So the lone man standing at the moment is Yon Svong Fu.
Oh, he was wanting the review. I don't think they have a review. Less than 30 seconds remain. This is getting really close. Have a look at the scoreline. We're just about at the halfway mark. Neck and neck. Unbelievable game this. I'm surprised that Nicholas Marino hasn't even gotten a chance to get into this batch paddy. The Wazir is waiting to get into the action.
Yeah, now he might, as you say, right on cue, gets the call. Will he go solo? Will he go fast? Oh, he comes back, says, okay, off you go, buddy. Gone! Now, just at the stroke of it, it is absolutely neck and neck. 28 South Korea, 28 USA.
What a game this is turning out to be. It's a 28-minute game. This a game of Kho Kho. 14 minutes done. We still can't pick a winner, a leader. We are going down to a 14-minute game now. It's going to go down to the second half. They're having a jolly good time. Wonderful to see this. And it's been pretty much the same energy over the last 3 days and heading into day 4 as well. It's been wonderful to be here in the capital city for the inaugural edition of the Kho Kho World Cup. It augurs so well for the sport. It's just so encouraging to know that over 50 countries play India's game. 55 countries currently play Kho Kho. 23 of them being represented here. And skydives like that, exhilarating moves that you see on the Kho Kho mat is what is bringing so many more countries into the fray. This is Group A, mind you. India features in that group 3 and 3. India will be back on the mat later today when they take on Bhutan. We'll take a break now. We'll come back for the second half of this game, turn 3.
This contest has been very hard fought, closely contested. And we are starting turn 3. Okay, welcome to the land where cheers echo and dreams take flight. I would like to believe that any team that gets a defensive point is going to win this one.
That's interesting. I still think this game is going to be won in attack. I know nothing separated the two teams in attack in the first 2 turns. But defensively, you have to work really hard to get one single point. And so for me, the team that is going to be more aggressive in attack, like that. Now, Joseph James Raymond has just gifted one to the Koreans.
Why I say the defensive point is going to be the difference is because none of the two teams has been able to pick up a defensive point. And because nothing separates the two teams, at least when the 2 turns ended, it may just well be the difference. Okay, yeah, the dodge, very good to see. And then suddenly you force your opponents to change their game plan.
Yeah, you knew it. He was breathing heavily down the back of Victor Adam da Costa. That's impressive from Misong Singh. They've already cleaned up the entire batch in less than a minute. That's the kind of aggression you want to see. Well done, Korea. They've gone up a few notches from the first turn where they took 2.5 minutes or almost 3 minutes to clean up the first batch paddy. They've done it now in just a little over a minute.
And if you can simplify this for our viewers, supposedly a team gets a point, would mean they've not allowed the opponents to get more than 4 points in a span of 3 minutes. So then, because you're killing their attacking points, that alternately and immediately works in your favor. The dive works.
Yeah, Brian Son, unfortunately, took too much time. And that's what made it easy for the Korean to tag him, which is good. I like the aggression and the intent from the Koreans. They're much more aggressive in comparison to turn one. And they know that they have to do it in these 7 minutes if they want to win this game.
Now this time around, I can see them jogging as well. That is what you need to see. You don't need to be sprinting all the time when you're defending. Save your energy, the dodge, the disguise, the guile, the turn, the twist, the tag, the point.
And Paddy, it's a point that you keep mentioning. Why were two defenders so next to so close to each other? Nicholas Marino had nowhere to go because his mate was standing right in front of him in his way. Nicholas Marino, mind you, was the Wazir when US were attacking. He was the one who was really quick, but he was a sitting duck there.
Also, don't need the fact that so many times you've seen all three of them standing straight in a line. No. You need to use the spaces available on the mat. And then you force your opponents to run more, target you harder, make their job tougher. Now, straight away, you are into his hands. You were into his territory. 40-28.
Very smart from Korea, that final tag. Pretty silly from the Americans because the attacker, all he had to do was take a couple of steps forward and he was getting that two-pointer. Both these teams, Paddy, have had an interesting run, a similar run coming into this game. They both have won one, they've lost two. They both beat Poland and they both have lost to Sri Lanka. They both have lost to Bangladesh. So nothing separating these two teams.
This is very tight. Look at the time that's left in turn 3, 4:28. Look at the scoreline, 12 points in favor of South Korea. And that is because they are attacking. Now, if you're very good while defending, the most you can do is not forget how many points now. 5 points, 6 points in the defense. It is when you attack that you garner more points.
Jason is a big unit and he had nowhere to go. He was running on a space, so he's been tagged. First two-pointer to Korea. They've been far better, the Koreans. Look at them. They're all claiming a point in unison. Has that been given? No, it hasn't.
Dive. Gets the touch of tragedy. 2 more points for you. The touch can be divine for some, and there, that touch can be a fine for the others.
I just think they're making the turns at the wrong places, the Americans, and that's why they're paying the price. Now, the Americans are reviewing this. Juan Garcia says, listen, there wasn't a tag on me. The Koreans, Kim thinks otherwise.
Well, the rule is, if you're not a Wazir, you cannot change your direction. He gets it. Oh, and then, there he goes. That should be okay.
Now, I wonder if they're looking for the change in direction or if they're looking whether a tag has been made. Now, for me, I don't think there was a change in direction. Now, was the tag being made? I don't think so. Hold on. Oh, there is no touch, Paddy. This should go. Now, the Koreans are celebrating this. I wonder whether that's just tactics. Because for me, there was no touch.
Review successful. Defender is not out.
Oh. And the Korean. Oh, good to see that. Well done. Great sportsman spirit. This is what it is all about. Winning and losing, two sides of the coin. What matters is great participation. Let's encounter. 3:32 left. 44-28 in favor of South Korea. The dive, the rise. It continues with the run, with the chase. The chase is on. The heat is on. Kho, one direction. Yes, he gets it.
When the United States go back and look at where they've made the errors, you'll understand very quickly. And so going in a zigzag direction is much better than going around in the same region. If you go around, more often than not, you'll find yourself in front of an attacker who's facing you, then you're asking for trouble. But if you go zigzag along a straight line, then you're always going to be behind an attacker. That's how you want to do it. So just the simple things that the Americans will get right as we move along.
The next match is in 46-28. Again, we can see them, all three of them, in one straight line. I would want two of them into two corners. If you're widely spread, you are using the spaces. And there, two of them very close to each other. Suddenly, they increase the gap between the two of them. Very smart. Now again, they were caught, two of them together around the post. Well done, but they've survived, what, 37 seconds so far. This is good. How long can they continue with the work? As I say it, there comes the touch. The touch has been given. Replay. He wants a review. He wants a review.
I like how Connor has handled this over the last 6 minutes. 30 seconds. Connor is reviewing this. For the last 30 seconds, it was smart play. He was taking advantage of the taking direction of the attackers and was maneuvering around them. Oh, wow, that is close. Now, I don't think Connor would have felt it even if there was a touch, because it was the faintest of touches. It was probably on the jersey, which was hanging away from the body. The Koreans here, we're ringside, so the Koreans here are celebrating this. Now, we're yet to get an official confirmation, though.
There he goes. Tough to say from here. Do you see a flutter on the jersey at the back of it?
Too hard for me to say, Paddy. Even the one that I thought the other angle was much better. The previous angle. And that angle wasn't conclusive in itself. Too hard. Is that conclusive enough? I'm not too sure. At the moment, the decision has been given in favor of Korea. And that's why the Americans are reviewing this.
And if you don't have anything substantial, concrete, solid proof, you'll have to go by what the original decision was. You have no choice.
Review unsuccessful. Defending out by Skyline.
Alan, the face bump is out, the cheer, the loud roar, you can understand that fetches them 2 points. And 2 points is luxury in this sport, it has been a cat and mouse game.
Has been a cat and mouse game. 20 points now. Remember, they picked up 28 in their first turn. Turn 3, this is 20 they've picked up with 2.5 on the clock. They're well on course in picking up another 28-pointer. That is brilliant. The Wazir has got the touch, has he? No. James Carew is hot in the thick of things right now. He's going around and round. Smart play.
You might think it's being played on the Kho Kho mat, this game, but this is being played between the 2 years as well. You need to use your mind. You need to be quick, yes, but you need to be wise as well. You need to produce the disguise as well. The dodge. There he does it. He falls. And he's been taken. Well done. Great chase, great run, great fun. Overseas, Caps.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Ryan is the only one surviving. He's again a big man. He's heavy on the mat. Much more nimble-footed and light-footed than the Koreans. Oh, that's a smart one. And quite silly from Ryan, and if he looks back, he'll realize what he did wrong. He went to his right and then around the pole. He should have gone straight and come the other way. And it's the little things that matter once again. They've already picked up 24. They've cleaned up 4 batches. There's still a minute 40. Very likely they can clean up another batch that'll take them into the 30s, Paddy. Game on.
Game on, no doubt about that. 28 is what US has got. South Korea has got 52. They've done very good. Mind you, the scoreline at the end of turn 2 was 28 each. 28 to South Korea, 28 to the USA. The intent, the purpose, the run. He goes straight. Oh, I think he went left for a bit. But the point has been granted to him.
Oh, smart. And I wouldn't say the same for the 2 American defenders. Once again, very lucky to survive, Ivan Michael. Now, he's the only one there on the mat now because Joseph James is out. Only Ivan survives. I think he's done as well. This is possibly the quickest wipeout. Oh no, he's still surviving. Still surviving. How much longer?
Yeah, the official told him, you need to give the Kho come back. Back live, he goes straight and then he comes back. His direction was wrong. Your direction needs to be right. It is about the speed. Yes, if you have the speed, you have what it takes. But if you add direction, you will have your man. You will have 2 points. They've cleaned up the batch. What does that mean?
They now have a 30-point lead. For the first time, have a team picked up 30 points in a turn. Korea did 28 in turn 2. The United States 28 in turn 1 for Korea. Turn 2, United States 28. And so for the first time, Korea have picked up 30 points, which means the lead is also 30. Advantage South Korea with 37 seconds remaining. Surely they'll be hoping for 2, maybe 4. It'll be quite the dream if they pick up all 6 points now in 30 seconds.
Now, will USA have the art? Both of them one side. Will they have the art to mislead the attacker? Yes, they have it this time. This is all you need. Short little steps and then a clarity of thought. Clarity of thought can make you do things which you thought unimaginable. Great chase, easy in the end. Wazir has been fantastic.
Yeah, but I'm not too sure that I like the tactics from Brian Sun. Now, Nicholas Marino, he's their main man. Oh, he went in the opposite direction, Nicholas. Peripheral vision, important to keep your eyes on the attacker. They do pick up 4 points. 34 points in the turn. 34 points the lead for Korea.
And they did not play smart in the last 6 seconds. They did not know how much time was left. I wanted to see more urgency, especially in the last 3-4 seconds. They were so very near. All they had to do, one of them had to bounce on it. He was in closer vicinity. No doubt about that. How crucial will that be? But at the moment, they will say we've not done badly at all. We have a lead of what, 34 points? Now it's my maths.
Paddy, I'm not saying anything, Paddy. I'm going to assess you all through the World Cup and give you your final result on the 19th. But it's been a good one so far. The Koreans, well, they love the spotlight. They like the camera. Some theatrics, why not? So far, well, this is again Group A. Just a gentle reminder as to where India is unbeaten so far. 3-3. India and Nepal, firm contenders from Group A to get into the quarterfinals. What a wonderful game we have. It all comes down to turn 4 and the United States attackers. 36 points to win, Paddy. They have to clean up 6 batches if the United States want to win. I think it's advantage South Korea. We'll come back in just a bit.
How has it panned out in the 3 turns so far? 62-28, 34 point lead at the moment. USA in the attack, in their final turn, they'll have to play out of their skin to do that. All that their opponents need to do is produce the disguise, a little bit of a guile, be smart, dodge them, zigzag. Both of you don't have to be in the close vicinity, stay far from each other. A little bit of understanding, better placement. Does he get him? Yes, he does.
He does get it. It's Ryan Kohane gets the touch across the central line with his hand over. That's allowed. Nicholas Marino, Wazir, he can turn directions. You cannot take him on a race. Nicholas Marino is quick. This is a good start by the Americans. They have to clean up 6 batches. They have picked up 2 already in this batch in 30 seconds time.
And if they use their Wazir wisely, I mean, that is where their true chance lies. Their best chance lies. No doubt about that. And I think they wasted so many seconds. It was, what, 29 seconds when they'd got the first 2? And what, now into 50 seconds? Every second is going to come back and haunt you.
They can't afford to take this slowly. At the moment, the Americans have just taken their foot off the pedal. This is very smart from Son. Finally pays the price. A minute and 10 seconds, a minute and 10 seconds. Oh, this is getting interesting. You just know that this is going down to the wire. The Koreans have to survive 7 minutes without 6 batches being sent to the bench.
It's possible. All you need to do is play a little bit of smart Kho Kho. You need to have the fake, the dodge, the guile, the disguise, the bluff, as we say. Use the bluff. Show your zigzag skills. Look at that. Their positioning also becomes so very important. Spread out a little bit. I think he should have hunted on the right-hand side. He had a glorious opportunity. Two of them into one corner.
You don't want to be stationed next to your teammate. And you and your teammate running in the same direction as defenders. Oh, that is nice. What was Choi doing there? Unnecessary. Asking for trouble, really. They've gifted a couple of points to the Americans.
The Americans would have done better had they used their Wazir better. It's as simple as that. Now, 90-degree allowed. Touch will be allowed. Down the last man here. Now, Jung Min Cho is going to make it hard for them. Touch, he gets it. They have got the second batch in 52 seconds.
Paddy, this game is really getting interesting. The Americans were good in batch 1. Even better here with batch 2. They cleaned them up in less than a minute. Take a look at that scoreline. 22 the deficit. 5 minutes left in the game. Pick a winner at your own risk. Nicholas Marino. Yeah, he's laughing. He's smiling. He likes this.
Your intelligence, your intellect. South Korea is going to win you this game. Not your agility, mind you. You don't need to run much. They're running far too much. Look how much he runs and then changes direction. What saves him is the fact that he changed his direction. You need to do that. Direction is going to decide where this is going to go.
He's... wait a minute. Number 3 went out of play. Park. Yeah, Park has to leave. I don't think he heard the signal from the referee, and that's why play continued. But Park has left the mat, which means only 2 survive. And now it's Sim. Sim escapes by the barest of margins.
And I think the Kho came late. He spent 2 seconds while he was flat on the mat. Your Kho has to be right, quick, precise. That is your best chance. Wazir is on at the moment. He is the quickest in that team, the most intelligent as well. Quick Kho. They're making them run. And now he dives. He rises with a clean-up act.
That's great recovery from Connor. I thought Connor was slow off the block, but then a fantastic dive from the big man. There's so much that's dependent on how quickly you get off the blocks in this game. You can't afford to be slow. I understand that physically very demanding when you're stationary, and then you need to accelerate very quickly in a short span of time. But that's a prerequisite for the game of Kho Kho.
You need to have top-notch fitness. This is a tight game, this one. Go straight. Yes, then you can change directions. Well done. Smart bit of diving skills. Yong Seong Yu. Well done. It comes down to the stamina. Which team will have an edge?
He's playing a nice little game of cat and mouse here. Now he's with the Wazir. Very smart. He had nowhere to go. Unbelievable. Now, the onus, Paddy, for me, Sim. Oh, he's claiming the touch. He's claiming the touch has been given. James Carew with an important dive. Clutch from the Americans.
Longevity for the Sim ends. 62-46. It is a 16-point lead at the moment with nearly 12 seconds under 3 minutes, Navs, which is doable.
It is doable, but let me put it in this context from a Korean point of view. Essentially, it means that South Korea, or rather the Americans, have cleaned out 3 batches in 3 minutes and 10 seconds. And they have 2 minutes and 40 seconds for the next 3. So at the moment, South Korea with the advantage still. That is quite sensational. Ryan, the big boy.
They need to get this clean-up act very, very quickly. It's a race against time. It is about the chase. It is about the heat. It is about the blaze. It is about the finish. There, he gets it easy. Come back now. Don't enjoy your point. You don't have time with you. Time is going to be your enemy here. How quickly can they get it? He chooses the longer route.
Should have tagged number 6. It was there right in front of him. It's the little moments that'll matter at the end. We're rolling the clock down. This is quite brilliant. Just 2 minutes on the clock. Advantage South Korea. The Americans have to create something. And they do. Smart tag on the Wazir. And Nicholas Marino gets it. This is nice. Oh my goodness. It's still on.
Yeah. It is the advantage of having the Wazir at the right time. You need to be at the right place at the right time. And that is going to do the trick for you. Oh, because the Wazir is the only one who can go left, go right. He will not be penalized for changing directions. So, 10-point deficit, 157, very much doable. Still, I think South Korea have an edge.
10 points in 100 seconds or 110 seconds. It is tough. It's asking for a lot, which means 5 tags. A tag every 20 seconds. Possible? Yes. Improbable? Maybe. Nicholas Marino gets the touch. The Wazir is the main man for me, Paddy.
100%. All it will come down to is quick decision making. All it will come down to is to give the right man the right job. Wazir is your best ploy, period. Come on now. He is very intelligent. What he does is, he realizes the quick Kho is going to be a better option. Dive, point, rises, comes back. Hunger, the need, the desire, the kill. There he goes yet again. Now the Kho to the right man. Oh, no. They missed 4-5 seconds there.
And that clock is still counting now. It's ticking down. That is a massive mistake by the Americans. That might just cost them the game. And Cho is dancing now. Unreal. Have a look at the score. 60, 62, 58, 62. 4 points the deficit. 45 on the clock.
Now that is to equalize. For you to win this one, Navs, and remember you and I were having this conversation, the team that wins a defensive point might win this one. That 1 point may come and haunt.
I'm going to give you that, Paddy. You're right. It could well come down to that. Unbelievable. They couldn't have predicted this script for sure. Nicholas Marino. Now, gets the right tag. Excellent. That's what you got to do. Smart tag, short Kho, Paddy.
60-62. He's asking for a review. He's still asking for it. Well, the chase is on. Your time is gone, sir. Come back live. 25 seconds. A gap of 2. You tag one, you equalize the score. This is going to be... Oh, he gets it! Boy, oh boy! Steals the thunder. Captures the moment. The scores are level, Navs.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Unbelievable. We might just have our first time. Unbelievable. What drama. Only in the world of Kho Kho. Has to be the game of the tournament so far, Paddy.
We were deciding about this. We were talking about this. That 1 point. 62 to South Korea. 62 to the United States of America. What a humdinger. What a humdinger.
There won't be any decider, Paddy. It'll be a point each for both these teams. Identical run for both these teams. A win against Poland, lost to Sri Lanka, lost to Bangladesh, and a tie against each other. Unbelievable. The game of the World Cup so far.
Oh, talk about that. Fans in the stands, family in the heart, the roar of the crowd is my favorite song. Everybody on the edge of their seat, Navs. You know, none of the two teams win, but who wins it is the game of Kho Kho.
200%.
And this is it. This brings so much more value to the game where you need speed, agility. We would love to roll the highlights for you. And right in the start, we were building up to the fact that agility-wise, of course, South Korea had an edge. But United States of America, they have a heart that refuses to give up. A hungry soul is the most powerful weapon on earth.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, actually. You said it right. Perseverance and sheer commitment gave the Americans a chance against the nimble-footedness and the acrobatics of the Koreans. But for me, like you said, This is a great advertisement for the sport.
Edge of the seat thriller. Nail biter. Navneet the knife. We've been sitting on the edge of our seat for 40 minutes. So we finally decided in the last 7 seconds we had to stand. We had no choice. This sport was keeping us and everybody else on the edge. Oh, and you have to have that sort of a rebellious attitude to succeed in this sport. You have to have that hunger, that fire inside you where the body says no and the heart says yes.
Absolutely. Well, we can take a look at the highlights. You'll see a lot of the special moves. But for me, the player of the match from the American point of view has to be Nicholas Marino. The Wazir, he really made it count when it matters most. I thought Ryan was great as well. And for the Koreans, it was a good all-round team performance. Everyone chipping in. They were a lot faster than the Americans.
Sheer pace, athleticism was on display. And you know what? Korea were far better when it came down to speed, agility, moving quickly. Rapidness was there as well. What they lacked in the end was just a little bit of disguise maybe. One more bluff maybe. Though we thought the Americans should have won this one. Because in those last 2.5 minutes, there were so many errors that have finally cost them the game. It is their wholeheartedness and the hunger and the perseverance which has brought them thus far, agreed. But they could have won this.
And that small little error that happened towards the end of turn 4, where one of the attackers lost his balance, lost position on the attacking block. And in the process, the defender from Korea ran all the way to the other side and bought himself a few seconds. And those 5 to 10 seconds for me were very vital for the Koreans to just make sure they pick up a point from this game, where everyone's been treated to a proper cracker. The last 1 hour has been exhilarating, and with all that, this is what we get to you with 28-28, 34-34, quite brilliant. We'll take a break. When we come back,
we are at the Indira Gandhi International Indoor Stadium. What an encounter we witnessed. A tie. Hard-fought encounter, closely contested. We saw the dives, the sky dives, running touches, points at the post. We didn't see any point from the post dive though. Post touch, yes. Post catch, yes. But no post dive there. And what a thriller, what a nail biter. This is, talk about the sky dive points. Yes, was there nothing from the post. Post dive points, nothing. Running touch points, yes. Okay, for this tie, let's go to the presentation.
What an amazing game between South Korea and USA group matches, as this one went for a tie. Who would have thought? Now it's time to present the awards and rewards of the set game. For the first award, I would like to invite Mr. Ahuja, Bharat Electricals Limited, to present the Best Attacker of the Match award. And this award goes to Hyusuk from South Korea. An incredible feat, amazing speed, and the charisma that he brought for the game. It was mind-blowing. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Subra Kathuria, Assistant Professor, Hansraj College, DU, to present the Best Defender of the Match award. And this one goes to none other than James from United States of America. An incredible personality, and this is not his first time getting this award, as he has shown the same strength and the same prowess previously as well. Wow, a lot of cheers. A lot of cheers. Next up, may I ask Mr. Ankur Goyal, Kampa representative, to present the Player of the Match award. And this one goes to Ryan from United States of America. Back-to-back incredible performance by the team, and he is one of the reasons that this performance did not fade away. This is just mind-blowing, the way the support is coming up. And now there's one more game that we need to just talk about for the awards and rewards. This one was Argentina versus Netherlands. The result was 90 points for Argentina and 24 for Netherlands. For the first award, once again, I would like to invite Mr. Ahuja to present the Best Attacker of the Match award. And this one goes to Thomas Acuna from Argentina. He definitely showcases a lot of confidence, and this confidence led them to a good game. Next up, I would like to invite Dr. Shubhra Kathuria once again to present the Best Defender of the Match award. And this award goes to Netherlands' own Bas Ali. Amazing game. They tried their level best to go for those defense points, but at the end, it was the other team that got the day, but they got a really good competition. Next up, may I ask Mr. Ankur Goyal to present the Player of the Match award. And the Player of the Match award for the said game goes to Francisco Grossman from Argentina. Argentina had a brilliant game, and he was the reason the way the performance caved out. Well, amazing games are happening out in the Indira Gandhi Indoor Sports Complex. Stick around for the upcoming games. That's all from the presentation.